Have you ever imagined invoking an entity capable of granting power, wisdom, and absolute control? But what if, in the process, you lose control over your own life? What if the consequences were more dangerous than you could ever imagine? Today, we will talk about Paimon, the great king of the Goetia, one of the most mysterious and powerful figures in the occult world. He is not just a name in the pages of forgotten grimoires. Paimon is a real entity, a spirit with vast power, capable of granting wisdom, but also of exacting a very high price. He is one of the 72 depositions described in the Ars Goetia, and whoever dares to invoke him must be ready to face the consequences and the truth about the power he truly offers. Before we begin, if you enjoy exploring the mysteries of the occult and the darkest legends, subscribe to the channel, activate the bell, and leave your like, because today's journey will be intense. Stay with us, because what you are about to hear may change the way you see the unknown. Paimon is not a simple legend. He is one of the central figures in the Ars Goetia, the famous medieval grimoire that describes 72 demons, each with unique powers. These spirits were recorded in the 17th century as part of the Lesser Key of Solomon, a book that presented and revealed the art of summoning these powerful entities. Paimon, however, stands out from the rest not only for his status as one of the great kings of hell, but for his unique ability to reveal secret knowledge and control minds. Although he is described in ancient texts, Paimon's impact goes beyond the books and grimoires. In many occult cultures, he is revered as a master of hidden wisdom, capable of teaching the most forbidden arts and manipulating the forces of the human mind. To those who seek power, he is a figure of desire. But, like any power, what he offers comes with a price. But who is Paimon really? How is he portrayed? His image is imposing, with a regal and majestic countenance. He is often depicted as a man of great stature, riding a camel and accompanied by a legion of spirits. His crown and royal robes indicate his high status, while his appearance conveys an aura of authority and control.
Paimon is no ordinary demon. While he is known for his vast knowledge and power, he is also a spirit of great complexity. His presence is not simply a gift. Those who summon him are not simply asking for wisdom. They are opening a door that can lead to control, manipulation, and often loss of control. Paimon demands that you understand the nature of power and the price it exacts. He can give you the knowledge you desire, but are you willing to pay the price? Throughout history, many summoners of Paimon have sought to understand the mysteries of the universe, seek esoteric wisdom, and, of course, power over others. However, few have been able to fully control the force they have summoned. The truth behind Paimon's summoning is that he does not simply grant power. He also leaves a mark on those who call upon him. The rituals to summon Paimon are complex and require intense preparation. Summoning is not a simple practice. It requires the use of specific symbols, incantations, and even a secluded area where the energy can be controlled. However, even when the summoning is performed with the utmost care, the results can be unpredictable. The forces you try to control can turn against you. But who in their right mind could resist the power that Paimon offers? For many, the desire for power is stronger than any caution. Those who do not know what they are summoning run the risk of falling into the trap of their own desire. As the ritual begins to take shape, the first reactions begin to appear. The environment around the summoner begins to change. The air becomes denser, the temperature changes, and a sense of unease takes over the place. Then, little by little, you feel Paimon's presence approaching. He does not manifest himself physically right away, but his energy begins to be felt, as if an invisible force fills the space. But even before he shows himself, what begins to reveal itself is the true weight of what is happening. The summoner, in a moment of clarity, begins to realize that the power being accessed cannot be easily controlled. What seemed to be a simple search for knowledge turns into a trap that slowly envelops the mind and soul. Paimon does not come with just wisdom. He brings with him a series of revelations that can be disturbing, challenging. Many summoners find themselves confronted with truths they are not prepared to deal with. Paimon begins to test the summoner's interest, revealing not only what was asked for, but also what was not asked for. His ability to manipulate the deepest thoughts, desires, and fears of the human being begins to be felt. Little by little, the summoner realizes that the power he sought now comes at a high price. Each answer from Paimon comes with a demand, a trade, a loss. It could be a broken emotional bond, a fragmented spiritual connection, or even the loss of control over one's own mind. What seemed to be an act of power now reveals itself to be an invisible prison, and the tension only increases.
And then, after moments of tension and psychological suffering, Paimon's true face reveals itself. He is no longer just a voice or a presence. He materializes before the summoner, no longer as a distant figure, but as a palpable and powerful entity. What you feel at that moment is a mixture of respect and fear. He is there, at the height of majesty and power, ready to demand what is rightfully his. Paimon's presence is overwhelming. His gaze seems to penetrate directly into the summoner's soul, and in his mind arise questions, challenges, revelations, answers to the deepest mysteries, but also to the darkest secrets. In that moment, the summoner realizes that there is no longer any control. He is not only seeking wisdom, he is being held back by it. Paimon does more than provide answers. He offers a new path, one where the lines between power and madness become blurred. Paimon's energy begins to permeate every aspect of the summoner's life, and he begins to realize that in summoning the great king, he did not simply ask for wisdom, he asked for a sealed destiny. The height of Paimon's summoning is terrifying. The energy he emits is unparalleled, and the summoner finds himself at the epicenter of absolute power. With every word Paimon speaks, a part of the summoner seems to be lost. The revelations he receives are not just intellectual, but spiritual. The summoner begins to realize that the truth he sought is intertwined with a great responsibility. Paimon's power comes with one condition. He demands all that was given. And here, the summoner finds himself at a crossroads. The knowledge he gained from Paimon is no longer something he can simply use or control. He is now part of a web of unseen forces that can no longer be ignored. Paimon's presence begins to take control, not only of the summoner, but of everything around him. The choices made during the summoning have lasting effects, and there is no turning back. In the end, Paimon's true face is not only one of power. The summoner realizes that, in seeking Paimon's knowledge, he has also been seduced by his energy. The price of power is always higher than we imagine. What seemed to be a simple desire to know more now becomes a prison of the mind and soul. Paimon can give wisdom, but never without demanding something in return. Those who seek his power do not leave unscathed. They are changed, transformed forever, and in the end, they become aware of the price they paid. Paimon, the great king, is more than a demon.
he is a master of the occult arts, a being who reveals the mysteries of the universe, but also reminds us of the dangers of seeking wisdom without understanding the cost of discovering it. So, what do you think of Paimon? Would you be willing to pay the price for this power? Or like many before you, would you fall into the trap of your own desire for control and knowledge? The decision is yours, but remember, dabbling in the occult is never without risks. If you enjoyed this dive into the unknown, subscribe to the Crow Legends channel, activate the bell so you don't miss any mystery, and leave your like to continue exploring the mysteries that the occult has to offer. See you on the next trip to the beyond.